Hey guys, welcome to day one. Hopefully today the audio will be a lot better. Hopefully there's actually high quality options as well. I was looking into DaVinci Resolve. Shout out to Ben Clement. I was playing around with that, and I thought it was very. He made it a lot easier than it's very confusing when you first jump straight into it. But there are always people online that can help you through that. So shout out to him. And obviously I added a little music. Don't know if you can hear it. Don't know if it's like too overpowering. I should have lowered it by the time I edited this video. I was going through like copyright laws. I'm not. This is my second video, so obviously I'm a little worried that I'm breaking some copyright. I don't want to get copyright striked on my second day, right? But anyways, I digress. But today's topic, Linux. It's relatively new to me. I've always used either a Windows or Mac. Never really understood what Linux was, so I started on Code Cloud. It's a website. They have courses, and I started with the most basic one, obviously, basic Linux basics. And I'll show you my notes. So this is from day one, right? And obviously I added a bunch of commits, if you can tell. Oops, over here. 8 commits today. I was just going. I was scared that it wouldn't save. So, but yeah, let's take a look at what I did. So yeah, I followed along the course. I wrote my notes, and very different from what I'm used to. Coding. Usually, coding has. This is very different from Python, C++. Just yeah. I took it slowly. Here's my first commit. Basically trying to understand what Linux is, how the commands work, like echo. Echo is pretty much just, if you know coding, it's pretty much like print hello world. It just prints whatever argument you use. And there's other commands like uptime, which doesn't need an argument, right? It just goes by itself. And funnily enough, there's also something called options. It's like a hyphen in a letter, which adds to the command, and I'm sure there's a whole lot. So the course pretty much said, no one's expected to memorize it all, right? So I'm guessing people just have like a little table beside them just to remind them of what does what, right? And some common commands are cd, change directory, and make directory, and show what directory I'm currently on, right? That's the most basics of Linux. And after that, I dug a bit deeper. Oops, sorry. I dug a bit deeper. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, also this is GitHub. I wrote straight into GitHub, right? It's which uses Markdown as language, and I've written Markdown before, but I just had this next to me just in case I forgot if I forgot my fundamentals. But yeah, basic syntax, just keep it beside me in case. Anyways, I can see. Oh, actually, I should probably go back. As you can see, I made some changes, such as I changed this to from common interval types to basic Linux commands. Obviously, like as I went through the courses, I learned a lot more. For example, here you can see before I had just mkdir make directory, and that was it. But turns out you can use the option -p parent option to make multiple directories like within each other, right? It saves a lot of time. It's good to have. So obviously I added that, and let's just view the file now. So this part of the course just pretty much taught us all the most basic Linux commands: change directory, make directory, print working directory, list the storage command, push and pop, move, copy, remove, how to read the files and how to add a new file, and how to like get more details from a file, right? Yeah, and look, this is a lot of commands. I mean, it's not a lot, but when you learn all at once like this, it is a lot. But luckily, I have VMware Fusion to test out all these commands, get used to them. I'm not sure if I can see my history here. Maybe I can, but like I had a lot, but unfortunately it's all gone because I was playing around trying to change the PS1. I was just playing around with that, but anyways, luckily Linux is very kind. There's the help option, there's the man page option, there's the what is apropos. So like if you don't know something, you can go like uname help. Pretty sure that will show us. Yeah, look at that, and it gives us all the options too, which is really nice. Let's go echo. If someone doesn't know how to do echo help. Oh, well, I guess that doesn't work. Let's go rm help, see if that works. Yep. Oh, quite long. Usage rm option file, right? Remove, unlink the files. Yep. Right. So if you ever get stuck, if you forget something, that's very useful. Next we've got this commit. So digging deeper, I realized digging deeper, adding more and more stuff. I added some new stuff here, but not too important. But this main one is about bash shell, born again shell, basic commands for shell, and some very useful here. Aliases, shortcuts for commands, very useful, and using the custom bash prompt, also very useful. As you can see here, I have my custom bash prompt. It says the date, the time, and my user and what directory I'm on. Right now I'm on the home directory. If I go change directory to Asia, which I made before, it'll say I'm in Asia. So now I don't really need to do pwd, right? Because I know what I'm on, so that's very useful. Yeah, as you can see, I gave examples how to use it. And the more useful thing, I think I made note of it later. Oh yeah, I added some more tiny little add a few more things, like this is just a small update, because there was more than just one type of shell, two type of shell, right? I kind of forgot I feel like I should make a note of like the shortcuts like sh, csh, they're shortened versions, so I can remember. And also this part's very useful to make this persist. We can do echo alias, on this thing. Because that way, like, when you're like, I'm sure like, well, I haven't done any like super long coding, but I imagine like you don't want to type like like some things get long, right? You want to like shortcut it, and maybe you're used to the shortcut, but then when you leave the terminal, you open up the next day, maybe it's just gone, right? So this is just very nice. And especially this right here. So I wanted my my bash prompt to always be like this, right? So when I leave and I come back, it's still like this, right? That's because I did this command echo, and then I directed it. I'm not sure what that is, but put it into. I use this command line, right, to persist across all sessions. And then that was pretty much like and then we got into Linux kernel. This was a bit harder to like understand, but luckily they had an analogy using the library analogy, you know, saying that the operating systems like the entire library, the books and resources in the library is like all the hardware resources, you know, CPU, memory disk. And the students, the people that go to the library to borrow books, are like the processors, you know, the applications, and then the librarian is the kernel, you know. The librarian manages access to all the resources, keeps track of who has what book, who borrowed what book, when they need to return it. So that's what the Linux kernel is. That was their explanation of it. So obviously they have 4 main tasks: memory management, process management, device drivers, and systems calls and security. So clearly the kernel is very important, right? And they have their own little space, kernel space, which can't be accessed by like regular people. The user space, which is where we usually do our things, we have to gain access to the kernel space. So very interesting. And then, you know, I was like, after looking at this, I was like, this is really long, and this is one day, you know, like it'll be a pain to like scroll all the way down to find what I did. So I added a little table of contents to end the day, you know. This way I can like, if I ever want to run straight to a day, I just do this. I was hoping I could add like somewhere in the sidebar. I don't know if I can do that. Maybe I can. If you guys know how to do that, let me know. But for now, this will have to do. Oh yeah, and during that time, I also did something on LinkedIn Learning. Just the Linux fundamentals. Completing it gave me a certificate. You know, makes me feel better that I actually gain. Like I can see a physical gain of it. Obviously, I gain knowledge, but it feels better to gain like something that you can show off, right? Like a certificate. So this was my way of showing off that I've started this journey, that I can get through this, you know, and now I have a certificate. And hopefully I get many more later on. But yeah, this is just the most basics of basics. So obviously I went through this pretty fast. I'm sure I'll have to slow down more later on due to content getting harder. But you know, for now, I'm pretty happy with myself. So yeah, tune in tomorrow. Thanks for watching. See ya.